The cryptocurrency market is no stranger to volatility. However, PiCoin's recent price plunge has sent shockwaves through its community. Within a mere 24 hours, the coin plummeted from a high of $1.60 to a dismal 70.17 cents, marking a staggering drop of over 50%. This drastic decline followed the much-anticipated Consensus 2025 conference, where the Pi Core team's announcements failed to meet the high expectations of investors and enthusiasts. Consensus 2025, a key event in the cryptocurrency calendar, saw Dr. Nicholas Kokkalis, Pi Network's founder, take the stage. He discussed ambitious plans for AI integration and a fully decentralized network. However, the lack of a concrete timeline for the mainnet launch left many feeling disappointed and uncertain about the project's future. The aftermath of Consensus 2025 saw a flurry of activity on social media and crypto forums. PiCoin, which had garnered significant attention and a loyal following since its inception, became a subject of heated debate. While some remained optimistic, attributing the price drop to market manipulation and the volatile nature of cryptocurrencies, others expressed deep concern and skepticism about the project's direction. This uncertainty and fear, uncertainty and doubt, or FUD, surrounding PiCoin's future were further fueled by the lack of clear communication from the Pi Core team. The absence of a detailed roadmap and concrete plans to address the concerns raised by the community only added to the growing sense of unease among investors. Dr. Altcoin, a prominent cryptocurrency analyst and vocal critic of Pi Network, has been particularly outspoken about his concerns. He argues that the recent price drop is not merely a market correction, but a symptom of deeper issues within the Pi Network. Dr. Altcoin points to what he perceives as a deliberate attempt by the Pi Core team to sideline the very community that helped build the project. He highlights the stark contrast between the Pi Core team's previous emphasis on community engagement and their recent silence. In early 2025, the team actively encouraged pioneers, as they referred to Pi users, to promote the project and contribute to its growth. The narrative then shifted to focus on the network's supposed readiness for mainstream adoption, boasting 6 years of development. However, Dr. Altcoin argues that this community-centric approach has been noticeably absent in recent months. He points to the Pi Core team's decision to drop the term pioneers from their communications, and their lack of transparency regarding key decisions as evidence of this shift. This perceived sidelining of the community has led to frustration and distrust among users, further exacerbating the negative sentiment surrounding PiCoin. Dr. Altcoin's concerns extend beyond the lack of communication. He also raises serious questions about the project's fundamental structure and the distribution of PiCoins. His allegations have sent ripples through the Pi community, forcing many to reevaluate their investment in the project and its future prospects. One of the most serious allegations leveled by Dr. Altcoin is the claim that all PiCoins were pre-mined by the Pi Core team. This accusation, if true, would contradict the very principles of decentralization that Pi Network claims to champion. Pre-mining, the practice of mining a significant portion of a cryptocurrency supply before its public release, has long been a controversial topic in the crypto space. Critics argue that it gives developers undue control over the coin's supply and price, potentially allowing them to manipulate the market for their benefit. Dr. Altcoin backs his pre-mining allegation by pointing to the lack of transparency surrounding the initial distribution of Pi coins. He argues that the Pi Core team has not provided sufficient evidence to refute these claims, further fueling suspicions within the community. Adding fuel to the fire, Dr. Altcoin alleges that the Pi Core team engaged in a rug pull during the Consensus 2025 hype. A rug pull, a malicious maneuver in the DeFi space, involves developers abruptly abandoning a project and absconding with investors' funds. Dr. Altcoin claims that the Pi Core team sold approximately 12 million Pi coins during the Consensus 2025 conference, deliberately inflating the price before dumping their holdings. This alleged sell-off, he argues, explains the sudden and dramatic price drop that ensued. While Dr. Altcoin presents a compelling case, it is essential to acknowledge that his claims are not without their detractors. Some community members have disputed his allegations, pointing to the lack of concrete on-chain evidence to support the rug pull theory. They argued that the large transactions observed during Consensus 2025 could be routine wallet transfers or related to the Pi Network's internal operations, rather than a malicious attempt to defraud investors. Despite the lack of conclusive evidence, the allegations of pre-mining and a rug pull have cast a long shadow over Pi Network. This controversy has further eroded trust in the project, making it increasingly difficult to separate genuine concerns from unfounded speculation. The Pi core team's silence in the face of these serious allegations has only added to the confusion and uncertainty. Amidst this turmoil, differing opinions and analyses continue to emerge. Mr. Spock, another cryptocurrency analyst, offers a contrasting perspective to Dr. Altcoin's bearish outlook. Mr. Spock dismisses the negativity surrounding Pi Network as FUD, arguing that the recent price drop is a temporary dip, driven by market manipulation and the inexperience of new crypto investors. Mr. Spock remains optimistic about PiCoin's long-term prospects. He points to the project's strong community, its growing utility within the Pi ecosystem, and its ambitious plans for the future as reasons to remain confident. However, he also acknowledges the need for greater transparency and communication from the Pi core team to address the concerns raised by the community and restore trust in the project. As PiCoin navigates this turbulent period, its future hangs in the balance. The project faces significant challenges, from allegations of pre-mining and a rug pull to concerns about community sidelining and the lack of a clear roadmap. How the Pi core team responds to these challenges will determine whether PiCoin can overcome the current FUD and fulfill its potential. Only time will tell whether PiCoin will emerge from this crisis stronger or fade into obscurity.